Igbo ọtụtụ ọma ehihie ọma mgbede ọma depending your time zone. Anyị adịka echi maka na echi adịghị agwa agwụ ka anyị na-agwa ya ọbụla isonyebe. What are you waiting for? Click the like button, subscribe, comment, share. If anyị na-ekwu na nke ikpeazụ oye elu oyi. If you are just coming across our channel for the very first time, you are welcome. This is Kelena TV. We are live and we are direct, bringing you the gospel of redemption by your doorstep. If I am able common sense, the reason I'm running my effect. If I go school, I know my giving nature for I just want to make common sense as always. Be encouraged. Be encouraged. And do the right thing. Let us listen to Barrister Lawyer Jimako. Let us listen to him. Be strong. Right. Pay very close attention. But before you listen to him, listen to this one. And the reading, what he have to say about the reading of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sentence. Now listen.
I was listening to the reading of the judgment that the judge was passing at Abuja on the Nnamdi Kanu case. I'm greatly disappointed that somebody can rise to that level in the Nigerian judicial system and can't read a judgment. I'm not sure he was the one that wrote that judgment. It was as if it was written for him. If I write something, I don't need to be talking as if I have a potato in my mouth. Even a primary one teacher from Igbo Ileri will not read like that without no option of fine. I was listening to the reading of the judgment that the judge was passing at Abuja on the Nnamdi Kanu case. I'm greatly disappointed that somebody can rise to that level in the Nigerian judicial system and can't read a judgment. I'm not sure he was the one that wrote that judgment. It was as if it was written for him. If I write something, I don't need to be talking as if I have a potato in my mouth. Even a primary one teacher from Igbo Ileri will not read like that without no option of fine. I
don't think I know the river on go. But that is that. Obodo Bongo, the Emenwe Fenina. Obodo we are pythons swallow money, snakes swallow money. You should it was ready to Bongo. Sorry, it's not a laughing matter. Obodebe, Anaki Obrako, and the professor so professors now the obodo. Python swallow money, monkey swallow money. Such obodo. Common sense was able to obodo give me something. He doesn't know. Monkey swallow money. Python swallow money. How did they even know that Python swallow money? And why? From na Python swallow the money. Why na I draw the Python? Where can we keep work at the money? Or swallow? Bongo can do undo. Manege siri ke obi ike adege. Brain again jana roro. Only political solution. But we analyze a particular video in some hours time. Okay, in the life. If more reason to embrace US will declared. Political solution I'm from Mbadaba. Do you know why? When more any solution. Political solution over from Mbadaba. They are not united. They can't speak in one voice. They cannot influence anything. Political solution. They cannot influence anything in Abuja. So, Obrono, when if Faga emenwu na Abuja, I got an nanya because of if I family in Abuja, grant their request. Here it is a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But in a situation whereby that they are helpless, they cannot influence anything, unless Mobodo decided to have pity on them. Yeah, but when I go political solution, again they got the thing. some hours ago, I read out what our brother Okuro posted. Banyere 23 Igbo men, Igbo sons and daughters that went to meet, I think, I stand to be corrected, Shehu Chagari. 23 Igbo men and women gonna meet here. The Rioya Banyere one night work or the Mego Juku or return from Ivory Coast. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no n'ime now for 4 years. Anyaka afro ebefa pụtara unite ya in one voice kwuo okwu. The only place anyị fụrụ first time the kwuo okwu bụ mgbe declare IPOB as terrorist organization. They cannot influence anything in Abuja politically. No. Oh, either to why or makana they cannot influence anything. Yeah, with the OGM ịgba afọ. Na mmadụ by eburu anya gbara 4. Butia na number first. Everybody gets weak. They cannot influence anything. So political solution cannot come from them. The only thing that can come from them will pity. The federal government may decide to have pity, mercy on them. But they are not even ready. When every political solution they see, ask me, all are USB declared. My own opinion. Now let us listen.
Is Aloy Ejimako, counsel to Nnamdi Kanu. Aloy, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Joko. Thank you for having me on.
Let me first tease you. I've been asking you, pursuing you. Today, I happen to catch you.
Very well.
A good catch, isn't it? You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, this is a serious matter. I need education as I progress. Mm-hmm. Yesterday's trial, yesterday's sentencing followed series of other court processes. In this country, in the course of his trial, a court in this land had queried the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu. Because I understand you lawyers say the process leading to trial should be part of the entire thing. And the court had said,
yes,
since Nnamdi Kanu was illegally, unjudicially brought into Nigeria, his trial has already suffered a setback. Has that position by that court been varied at any level? I just want to be educated.
Well, yes. It was varied at the Supreme Court. That was the Court of Appeal. But then the more important thing we need to consider is that decision by the Court of Appeal extinguished totally, completely, absolutely, and brought to permanent closure the retinue of charges Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was facing up to that point. It extinguished everything, that ruling. So if the federal government wanted to continue with the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it needed to have, started on a clean plate after December 15, 2023, when the Supreme Court upturned the judgment of the Court of Appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
But they didn't do that. They went back, they pedaled back to bring back charges that were practically dead, and charges that were also brought under a dead law, and charges that were completely extinguished by dint of the discharge that occurred at the Court of Appeal. So, despite the fact that the Supreme Court judgment varied or upturned that judgment, it upturned it on one ground only, on the ground that rendition did not bar the Federal High Court from proceeding with trying anybody in Nigeria. But it didn't say expressly or specifically that those charges that were standing against Nnamdi Kanu be brought back, or the charges be brought back under a law that was repealed in as far back as July 2022. So the decision of the Supreme Court came more than a year later, in December 2023. And then you take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to court based on a law that had long been repealed.
Now, that is where I also need education.
Okay.
Consistently,
Right. That is that. I ain't gonna be. Then we try the update. Then you get encourage. Now bazigo now when did transform this your anger to love. Transform this your anger to love. Let's already said something. Now that is right on. Let me see if I can see it again. He said something. Let me bring it and read it one more time. Igwekwana ka onye ọbụla nye gị any false hope na o nwere ife dị ka imeni cherecha na ọ na-apụta cherecha imegidego chere mee 4 years atụwa ya life imprisonment mụrụ ya mara ife oluku get sense. Igwekwana ka onye ọbụla gwa gị na ọ na-apụta ịghọtago na the only thing get trigger something they see under USB declare love, unity, speaking in one voice. Let me read this thing again. The Tinubu regime has secretly transferred Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto prison. Yes, they have already planned it. Their intention since yesterday was to move Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to a notorious prison based in the northern parts, where his safety cannot be guaranteed. I can confirm now that he is already in Sokoto prison. They openly said he would become a king if taken to Kuje Correctional Center in Abuja, because according to them, Igbo people and his supporters would turn Kuje into a place of pilgrimage. That is why they are desperate to keep him far away, isolated and vulnerable. You must not make him to be vulnerable. You must not make him to be isolated. He said some deep word here. It is also why they activated their cronies to start selling the illusion of renowned hope for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a physiological tactic to keep the public calm while they execute their darkest agenda. Their plan is simple. It is to keep your hope alive just long enough for him to die in custody. A political solution. Ndị anọ na mgbadaba anyị nwere any political solution, fe nwere any influence. Honest has okay, they have no intention of releasing him, not even for political calculations or electoral convenances. I have said it before without fear. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's greatest enemies are the politicians from his own region. They fear his influence, they fear his connection to the people, and they want him silenced permanently. This is why they fought tooth and nail to frustrate our free Nnamdi Kanu now protest. Do not say I did not warn you. Ndị be anyị ndị na mgbadaba anyị bụ politician fe nwere any influence politically n'obodo Bongo. Influence if I were politically n'obodo Bongo bụ to intimidate you by their own people. That is just it. Influence if I were is to intimidate you. Some people that is talking about freedom today, influence if I were is to intimidate people like us, that is not freedom fighter, that is not a member of IPOB, that is not that is not agitating, or that is not into agitation. They can declare us wanted, they can do anything to us because from our freedom fighter, na homeland. That you can be threatened. The same pattern, if Runda Nachi Obodobai, Giabata, but the same pattern, some freedom fighters, some claim freedom fighters, if you talk as an independent broadcaster that have right to your own opinion without insult, they are going to come after you. Huh? Then the same people who our politicians are if you talk, you are going to be threatened. But not Abuja. So, if there were any political solution to offer, the only thing there was if I got a political solution, but if I got it, hello, I got it, and if I got it, whenever again with that political solution, ever the whole thing get changed under USB declared. Makam LA. Join us in some hours time as we continue. Bye for now and stay blessed.